folks, to the local community hour here on WRMN AM 1410. We're broadcasting here from Studio 14. We're serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Let me turn up my mic a little bit more here. There we go. And happy Monday, everybody. We are here. And it's a lovely day today. Now, if you're watching here on the YouTube side of things, it could be really kind of any time of the day after 10 o'clock, or you're watching us live at the 9 o'clock segment, or you are listening in on that AM 1410 dial at the 2 o'clock segment. We've got some good things to talk about today, of course. We'll discuss here, talking through a little bit on the weather, temperatures, of course. We've got our sunny sky story of the day today. We'll talk a little bit about some news stories as well, some of them provided by Kane County Connects, and some other stories here, some others, that are posted on thedailyherald.com. So we've got some of those. We have actually quite a bit of stories to talk about, so we'll go through some of that here. We'll go through the National Day calendar and talk about what is happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. So we appreciate everybody tuning in today here on WRMN AM 1410. Local talk, live sports, Fox River Valley radio all day long. Let's go through the weather and temperatures. First of all, we hope you all had a great weekend. Maybe you did something fun. I went to Chicago, and I went to a couple little places. There was the Cafe Deco, which if you've never been to Cafe Deco before in Chicago, oh my goodness, it is quite the decked up place. And I mean decked in terms of delicious pastries and coffee. Not just that, but an elegance in style, color, physique, all of it incorporated together. And service too. You get some quality service there. So if you've never been before, it's a really pretty place to go to. And they've got some nice pictures that you can see online of Cafe Deco. And it's supposed to be kind of that Art Deco feel to it. It's definitely a really nice place to go to. They have, of course, the bar stools to sit at. They've got tables, crystal chandeliers. It's a really, really pretty place to go to. So I went there, and then I also went to, it's called Poncho's Roof Top Cantina, and this is located in Chicago, which was another good place to go to. Now, of course, I know people are going to judge me. I did not get Mexican food. I got chicken tenders. I got American food there, but it was really good. Nice rooftop area. The weather was pretty nice, too. It wasn't scorching hot, and it wasn't super chilly. It was just right. Definitely my type of temperatures in the 60s, mid 60s, very early 70s later in the day. But had a good time, and maybe you went to a restaurant yesterday, wherever it might be. I actually went to Paul's Family Restaurant for my mom's birthday. Happy birthday to my lovely mom. And we went out to brunch with her. And that was a good time at Paul's Family Restaurant. Always a great place to go to. And it was packed there, too, which is good to see. So I'm glad that John Paul and Elaine and Eric and everyone there who's been with Paul's Family Restaurant for so many years always do such a phenomenal job. So a shout out to you. Let's take a look here at the weather and temperatures. Today, it is mostly sunny and a high of 75 degrees. It is a beautiful day outside. Go outside and enjoy this beautiful weather today. And we're seeing pretty much throughout this whole week, temperatures being in the 60s and the 70s, which I like. So that's pretty nice. We see, again, a high of 75 degrees for today, low of 59 for tonight, some clouds in the afternoon and in the evening. Tomorrow on Tuesday, the 16th, rain showers early with some sunshine later in the day. We do see a high of 73. And a low of 53 degrees, clear skies with a few passing clouds. That'll be for Tuesday night. Heading on into Wednesday, it is looking like we're going to be seeing some thunderstorms rolling through. Rain early with thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Potential for severe thunderstorms, so watch out. High of 65 degrees, dropping down to 59 as our low. Partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms before midnight. Chance of rain predicted at a 70% chance. Heading on into Thursday, it does start to clear up a little bit more. Temperature is going to a high of about 71. Mostly cloudy skies early and then partly cloudy in the afternoon. Mostly clear coming up for Thursday night with a low of 55 degrees. And that's going to be for Thursday the 18th. Heading on into Friday as we creep closer into the weekend, plentiful amount of sunshine is expected. A high of 74 with a low of 56 degrees. Partly cloudy skies coming up for Friday night. Into Saturday for the weekend, sunshine and clouds mixed. High of 77 with a low of 60 degrees coming up, and that'll be for Saturday night. Heading on into Sunday, we do see some rain coming through. Definitely are in need of that after the couple days of a dry spell. High of 75, cloudy with occasional rain showers going throughout the whole day. Steady rain in the evening with a low of 61 degrees, and that'll be for Sunday night. And then next Monday, a week from today, we do see a chance of showers, high of 74 and a low of 57 degrees. So that's what we're seeing for weather and temperatures here for the rest of this week and also into next week. Want to say a big thank you to the sponsor for today's show, of course, St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. They're a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they're here to keep you moving. So schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525 or visit their website at stjosephelgin.com to learn more and to schedule your appointment. So thank you so much to St. Joseph Hospital for sponsoring WRMN and the local community hour. Let's go through our inspirational story of the day today, provided by sunnyskies.com, posted today by an anonymous user. This person writes, quote, "A shout out to the wonderful person who delivered the package to the wrong apartment. So I came home from work tonight after finishing my shift, and after dropping my coworker off at his residence, I have a car and he doesn't. At my apartment, I see a package. I didn't order any packages to be shipped to me for anything. I saw the package wasn't for me and which apartment unit it was supposed to be delivered to. I wanted to meet my neighbors, so this was really the perfect excuse to have a reason. I knock on their door and stood holding the package, calmly explaining the situation. They were older retirees who were happy to see a young man politely doing the right thing. I noticed that they had a different model of apartment, so I tangled my words. I noticed they had a different model of apartment unit, so I commented on it, and they invited me to show me around. I met their dog and talked to them with for no exaggeration of about 2 hours. We both learned a lot of things about each other, discussing what we like to do in our city that we live in. I learned the places in the world that they have explored and the sort of things that you talk about with good friends that you have known for a long time, even though we just met today. Their dog made friends with me, and you can bet I pet their dog. Yes, I did. So I have been texting them and already have invited them to meet my extremely affectionate cat. I think that there's a lot of people who want to meet their neighbors, but an inconvenience happens, like the package being delivered to the wrong address, and it ruins their day, and they don't see the misdirect package as a perfect excuse to finally meet the neighbors. What if the neighbors think you are weird, or what if many things, right? If anything, literally no one would be bothered that you are returning their package. So I returned home to my cat, who was confused as to why I walked into her home and immediately left for 2 hours before returning. I finished cooking dinner at 10 p.m. and I'm happy that I made a new friend and steered my life in a better direction. Totally not boring whatsoever. So thank you, carrier, the package carrier, for delivering the package to the wrong address. I used it as an excuse to make a friend and have some deep conversations. So a nice little story there posted by an anonymous user. And hey, maybe you encourage yourself to go meet some of your neighbors. You're moving into a new apartment complex building, whatever the case might be. Go out, explore the world, and just share the love with others. It's important to do that. We're going to be taking a quick time out here, folks. We'll be back with more here on the local community hour, WRMN AM 1410. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with more in just a little bit.
Welcome to downtown Elgin, where businesses, community, and creativity come together. The Downtown Neighborhood Association provides valuable complimentary services to all downtown businesses, organizations, property owners, and residents, helping you gain exposure and thrive. Whether you're already part of the district or exploring a new downtown location, DNA is here to help your vision grow. Join us in creating a vibrant, connected, and successful downtown Elgin. Call now 847-488-1456, or you can email info@downtownelgin.com. As for Jennifer Facala, Downtown Neighborhood Association, where the heart of business beats strong.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvitt on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
Welcome back, folks, into the local community hour here on WRMN AM 1410. We appreciate everybody tuning in on this lovely day today. Maybe you're watching live on the YouTube side of things during the 9 o'clock segment, or you're listening in at the 2 o'clock segment here on WRMN's Stick, the AM 1410 dial. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Hello, Brendan. I see you in the comments section. Hope you're having a good day today, Brendan. Maybe you got yourself your Dunkin' iced coffee, or maybe Starbucks, or wherever you like to go to get that coffee. Let me know what are some of the cool plans that you've got going on this lovely Monday. So let's see here what we've got going on locally in the community when it comes to some of these stories. Now, this was posted a couple days ago by Kane County Connects, Weathering the Storm Rush with Kane Calm by the Kane County Connects staff. So when severe weather hit Kane County on June 10th, calls to 911 nearly tripled, but Kane Calm, Kane County's 911 center, and other emergency response teams were ready. During the 2-hour storm, Kane Calm, spelled Kanecomm, their telecommunicators answered 311 emergency calls and dispatched 205 calls for service, compared with a typical Wednesday afternoon that they handled about 112 emergency calls and 81 dispatches. Despite challenges such as power outages, downed utility poles, and potential communication disruptions, CaneCom worked seamlessly with the Kane County Sheriff's Office and Kane County Office of Emergency Management to ensure that residents received the emergency assistance that they needed. The National Weather Service classified the June 10th storm as a derecho, a widespread, long-lived windstorm that produced gusts of winds of up to 80 miles per hour in parts of northern Illinois, leaving behind damaged roofs, fallen trees, and widespread power outages. The National Weather Service has confirmed 17 tornadoes that touched down across Illinois and Indiana June 11th severe weather outbreak, including an EF1 tornado in Bartlett and an EF2 tornado from Hickory Hills towards Midway Airport. 2 tornadoes, one near Streeter, Illinois, and another near Couts, Indiana, were rated as EF3s with winds of up to 165 miles per hour. The storms caused widespread damage and power outages, though no major injuries or fatalities were reported. So be prepared before the next storm. You can sign up for Kane County's Public Safety Alert System to receive real-time notifications about severe weather, road closures, police activity, and other emergencies by text, phone, email, or mobile app. You can learn more and register at their website. That's www.kcoem.org. This website link is available through the Kane County Connects, website. So if you go to their website, you can find it there. They have the Kane County Public Safety Alert System that you can find. If you want to become a volunteer, you can find that. They have a tornado response form, so you can help them gather additional information by filling out the form. You can get preparedness tips and read more on it. You can find it at, again, koem.kanecountyil.gov is the website to go to. Recently on Friday, it looks like there was a fire that caused $250,000 in estimated damage to an Elgin home, posted on June 13th by the Daily Herald. No one was hurt in a fire that damaged an Elgin home Friday night, authorities said. The fire caused an estimated loss of roughly $250,000, the city said in a news release Saturday. Elgin firefighters were dispatched to the fire in the 900 block of Diane Avenue at about 9:14 p.m. The first unit arrived approximately 4 minutes later and found fire venting from a bedroom window at the front of the home, a news release stated. Crews immediately used a hose line, and the fire was quickly extinguished. The residents were not at home at the time. 2 dogs were also rescued from the residence. The fire was generally contained to the front bedroom, with extensive smoke damage reported in other areas of the home. The 3 residents have since been relocated. The fire remains under investigation. So that was posted a couple days ago on thedailyherald.com. Let's see here in some other news. In baseball, Harvest Westminster Christian finishes runner-up in state in the first season together. This is posted by Lou Nunez Jr. of the Daily Herald. I went to Westminster Christian School. I knew a lot of people that went to Harvest, and now they have joined in together. After having just enough time to get past Freeburg in Friday's Class 2A state semifinal, Harvest Westminster Christian made it back to the University of Illinois Urban Champaign campus Saturday, seeking the first-year Consolidated Institution's first state title, as well as either baseball program's first crown since Westminster's in 2010. To pull off the feature, the Warrior Lions would need to meet the challenge of a St. Joseph Ogden unit that had taken 39 of its first 41 games this spring as they return to the final game for the 2A bracket for the first time since it dropped consecutive championship games in 2016 and in 2017. Added to that, the task was the fact that the Spartans were only a 15-minute ride from their St. Joseph home campus to Illinois Field, where a large throng decked in the school colors of Columbia blue, maroon, and white filled with 2/3 of the stands to root for their team. Put together, it became a mountain too big to climb for the Warrior Lions as a 6-run first inning helped SJO roll to a 15-1 5-inning triumph Saturday evening to claim the program's first state title and the school's 12th IHSA crown overall. A heck of a season. It's been great, SJO coach Josh Haley said of his first title after having been on the losing end for those two previous finals. Just excited to play and win a state championship. The next game, the Spartans' next came Spartans' first baseman Bryson Hutchins, who went deep on a 2-run homer in the second, making it 8-0. He then hit an RBI double, and that keyed at 5-run third, which opened up a 13-0 lead. 2 more Spartans runs in the next inning, concluding their scoring. If you want to read a little bit more on this, article, you can find it posted on to dailyherald.com. They do mention Matt Schulenberg. Yeah, I went to school with him. He's now a coach there. Very nice. That's cool. So you can check out more information. That's at thedailyherald.com. So some familiar names, I'm sure, and faces as well. So very cool. And you can read more about that. That's at thedailyherald.com. We only have about 2 minutes left here. We do have a couple other stories that we do want to go through, so we'll make sure to go through those. Here's a short one that you can also talk about here. Elgin's new citizen recognition ceremony marks 26 years of welcoming immigrants, posted by Jeanette Mihalik of the Daily Herald. An event that was started when Elgin parents were celebrating their adopted children from Russia and others from Elgin becoming citizens is now on its 26th year. Elgin's new citizen recognition ceremony will be held at 7 p.m. Tuesday, June 23rd, in the Heritage Ballroom at the center of Elgin. New citizens from many countries will be celebrating their accomplishments with the community at this event. Mayor Dave Captain, city council members, and state elected officials will be congratulating them in person, while the area's congressional elected officials and Senator Dick Durbin will be offering their congratulations via pre-recorded videos. Very cool. So you can read more about that. You can get more information on new to citizens that can be obtained by contacting Helena Kopek at 847-214-6975. So very, very cool story there. And that'll be coming up on the 23rd. So something to look forward to. And as someone that was adopted from Russia here into Elgin, that's pretty cool that that's been mentioned as well. Coming up next, of course, we'll take our bottom of the hour news and messages from our sponsors time out. We'll be back with more here in just a little bit. You are listening to the Local Community Hour.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
Hi, this is Sue with Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Are you looking for the perfect hangout spot? Swing by Newman's Corner Pub right at the corner of 72 and State Street in Hampshire. Enjoy fantastic drinks, live music, and a fun crowd that makes every visit special. Test your luck with our hot slots and our Queen of Hearts drawing every Saturday at 3 p.m. Challenge your friends to darts or pool while you're here. Newman's Corner Pub, where every day feels like a weekend. Visit us at Route 72 and State Street in Hampshire. That's Newman's Corner Pub, your new favorite spot.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
A loved one owns a gun, and for a while now, you've been concerned about their behavior. They're just not acting like themselves. They've been distant, they've been unpredictable, they've been lashing out. They've been saying things that make you worried they might harm themselves or friends or family. Or you're worried this loved one might hurt you. Maybe they recently threatened someone with their gun. You know something needs to be done, and you wish more than anything you could hit pause on this situation. Well, here in Illinois, you can, with a firearm restraining order. In extreme cases, this order temporarily prevents a person in crisis from having a firearm, giving them time to heal before they do something dangerous or even deadly. If you are worried about a loved one in crisis who has access to a firearm, learn more about firearm restraining orders at illinois.gov/pause to heal. A public service announcement brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, folks, to the local community hour here on WRMN AM 1410, broadcasting here from Studio 14. We're serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today, being a part of the conversation with us. We do greatly appreciate it, of course, as always here. You can tune in on that AM 1410 dial, which is, at the 2 o'clock segment, of course. And you can also listen in during the 3 o'clock segment. I'll have another segment as well to talk a little bit more about kind of the local things that are happening, the fun events, things happening in the local area, things like that. But we'll continue on and we'll go through some more of the news stories. Got some news stories to go through. Continuing on here, hitting the brakes, why a new law puts restrictions on e-bicycles, e-scooters, for younger riders, posted on June 14th by Marnie Pike of the Daily Herald. A new state law intended to reduce injuries and deaths related to e-bikes and e-scooters by setting age restrictions along with other regulations is scheduled to go live January 1st. Here's a look at the science behind Bill number 3484, which awaits Governor J.B. Pritzker's signature. One change requires that cyclists be at least 15 years old to operate so-called low-speed Class 1 and Class 2 e-bikes on public roads. Another provision mandates that riders be at least 16 years old to use micromobility transport, such as electric scooters, skateboards, or unicycles on public roads. In both cases, the law does not restrict use on private property, the Illinois Secretary of State's office said. Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias said during a recent briefing at Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago, saying, quote, e-bikes, e-motes, electric scooters, skateboards, and even electric unicycles are transforming how people get around. The downside is that some of these devices have become faster, more powerful, and more dangerous than we could have ever imagined, he said. As he added, spearheaded the legislation. On March of 2026 study, it showed that a 300% spike happened in e-bike crashes involving children from 2019 to 2023. Lurie Children's Hospital's Dr. Christine Cieslak also reported a, quote, dramatic increase in patients suffering injuries from e-bike and e-scooter accidents as compared to traditional models over the last 5 years. Instead of cuts and scrapes, bruises, and simple fractures, physicians are now treating complex collarbone, elbow, and forearm fractures, as well as serious head trauma, she explained, saying, quote, we're also seeing a lot of facial and dental injuries. Kids go over the handlebars, they hit their face, teeth are knocked out. She also added, saying, quote, the faster you ride, the harder you're going to fall and the less time that you have to react. So the primary high-risk group is males aged 13 to 18, with 80% of severe e-bike injuries occurring in males, according to the national data. Boys aged 10 to 13 are also at a high risk of being hurt because, quote, they lack the traffic experience and physical strength to control heavy e-bikes, Cieslak added. She recalled a 12-year-old who received an e-scooter for his birthday and crashed it on the first ride, resulting in a serious head injury, saying, quote, parents and children alike really do not understand how fast that these vehicles can travel until something happens. So what else is to know about this new bill, Bill 3484? Well, here's the list. Class 1 e-bikes require riders to pedal to accelerate, while Class 2 e-bikes have throttles. Both have top speeds of 20 miles per hour. Class 3 e-bikes require pedaling and have a top speed of 28 miles per hour. Operators will have to be at least 16 years old. Battery-powered toy cars will be permitted on sidewalks and bike paths with no age restrictions. High-speed electrical bikes and electric motorbikes will be treated as regular vehicles, meaning operators are required to have a driver's license and insurance. They are also prohibited from using bike lanes or trails and sidewalks. The policy creates, quote, consistent statewide rules for electric mobility devices, the Secretary of State's office said, and replaces a hodgepodge of local ordinances, some of which have set age restrictions. However, park districts and forest preserve districts still have the authority to decide what is allowed on the bike paths and trails that they oversee, including setting speed limits or restricting certain devices, officials noted. What should parents do when considering buying an e-bike or e-scooter for their child? Well, Cieslak said, quote, the message for parents is that they need to take an active role in being aware of the new laws and to enforce those laws with their children. Parents should be looking at the devices, how fast each can travel, and then consider their child's age, development, judgment, and skill level to determine the proper fit for their individual child. For some children, that'll remain manual-powered scooters and bikes. She also recommended helmet use. Now, if you want to read a little bit more on this article or find more information, the AAA does offer a parent guide. Of course, if you want to drop a comment or a question, you can email mpyke, that's MPYKE, at dailyherald.com. So That's in some recent news there too. But again, there is a link directly to this content page, the AAA E-Ride Safety Guide, what parents and riders need to know about electric bikes and scooters. So there is a full list there. It's a 16-page guide. It tells you a little bit about the roadmap, of course, choosing a device, helmets and gear, protection that fits the ride. So it goes through all of that on the list. The different types of classes, the e-scooters, of course, smart e-ride safety features to look out for. There's even, there's the saying, there's an app for that. There's an app for that you can control. Parents can control for their kids. So again, important to take a look at this. You can find it. It's posted on thedailyherald.com. So there's a link directly through that. Let's see some other interesting stories here as well. Clean slate, West Dundee to preview design options to redevelop former Spring Hill Mall site. Posted on June 13th by Alicia Fabre of the Daily Herald. For the past 10 years, the fate of Spring Hill Mall property has been a concern for West Dundee officials. As the mall floundered, village officials looked for ways to breathe life into the regional shopping center that straddled West Dundee and Carpentersville. Ultimately, West Dundee spent more than $13 million to buy the mall, demolish it, and clear the way for redevelopment. Now the former mall is gone, and all that remains is a site. On the site is the Cinemark Theater. On Monday night, West Dundee trustees will get a glimpse of what a reimagined mall property would look like with the mix of housing, retail, dining, and other commercial uses. Consultants with Chicago-based Housing Levine Associates will present visualization plans that give off town center vibes focused on a walkable community. And there's even a picture that you can find on the Daily Herald. And if you are watching this on YouTube, you can see it. West Dundee trustees Monday will get a glimpse onto what will go on the former Spring Hill Mall property. The concept design plans serve as a starting point for a redevelopment of the mall, and that's courtesy of the House Seal Levine Associates. So that picture there will kind of give you a little glimpse of what potentially might be there. Kind of interesting, and it does look like there will still be some of those shopping options available, so that's pretty nice to see. Continuing on with the Daily Herald article, the plans are meant to be a starting point that can evolve the site into redevelopment. West Dundee Village President Chris Nelson said, quote, "This is really just putting down a marker so that we can just start the conversation, not only with residents, but also with the interested developers," end quote. Trustees hired House Seal Levine Associates to create design concepts. The Chicago-based firm Visualization Plan includes 3D imaging that can be adjusted to show how different development scenarios would fit on the property and within the village's overall vision of the area. Timothy Scott, the village director of economic development, planning, zoning, and urban design, said, quote, "It's not a build this plan, but rather how does a mixed use environment look and feel? The virtual model will help set the expectations, share aspirations, and communicate concepts that we can pique the interest, hopefully, in the developers," Scott added. A 2024 study of the village's AECOM suggested that the 70 acres within the ring road of the former mall and 32 acres adjacent to it could support up to 1,500 residential units and up to 325,000 square feet of commercial use. And at its peak, the mall offered more than 1 million square feet of retail space, as many of us remember, including myself. West Dundee began purchasing portions of the mall in 2023, starting with the Sears and Macy's anchor stores for $2 million and $1.25 million, respectively. In another deal that closed in 2024, the village paid $7 million to acquire the core of the mall structure and a former Carson's store. West Dundee officials said that the purchasing of the mall, which opened in 1980 and closed in March of 2024, was the only path forward for redevelopment. Village ownership estimated the situation where the site had multiple owners and covenants that could have hindered development. While the village expects to work with developers to bring residential and commercial uses to the property, Officials are planning to set aside roughly 4 acres for a new public safety building for the town's police department. Currently, West Dundee's Police and Fire Department share space in a public safety building built in 1986. Officials have said that the space has become too small for the two departments to share. A new police station could cost $20 million to $25 million, officials have said. The village does hope to break ground on the new station sometime in 2027, potentially making it the first new building on the former mall property. You can find more posted. That is on thedailyherald.com. We're going to take another quick time out, folks. We'll be back with more here on the local community hour, WRMN AM 1410. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with more in just a little bit.
Welcome to downtown Elgin, where businesses, community, and creativity come together. The Downtown Neighborhood Association provides valuable, complimentary services to all downtown businesses, organizations, property owners, and residents, helping you gain exposure and thrive. Whether you're already part of the district or exploring a new downtown location, DNA is here to help your vision grow. Join us in creating a vibrant, connected, and successful downtown Elgin. Call now 847-488-1456, or you can email info@downtownelgin.com. As for Jennifer Facala, Downtown Neighborhood Association, where the heart of business beats strong.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvitt on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is June 15th, 1926. The arrest of freight train crews of the Milwaukee Railroad as a means of bringing about a halt in the practice of blocking the crossings here will be resorted to immediately, Mayor Earl R. Kelly stated this morning, following complaints of motorists of the blocking of National Street. This crossing was blocked 20 minutes yesterday from 12:01 to 12:21 o'clock, delaying the workers of the Elgin National Watch Company and other motorists. As far as could be learned, there was no necessity for blocking the crossing this length of time, according to complaints. Officer Fred Buchan waited 12 minutes for the train to move and then ordered a member of the train crew to cut his train. A city ordinance prohibits the blocking of a crossing unnecessarily for longer than 5 minutes on any of the numerous crossings of the city. The member of this particular train, Brakeman Wardlow, is reported to have ignored the order of Officer Buckhorn to release the crossing and is further reported to have used insulting language to the officer. The train was cut when the officer threatened to arrest Wardlow. The matter did not end here, however, for the report of the affair was made to the mayor, who, hearing of the alleged insulting language used by the brakeman, ordered his arrest on a charge of disorderly conduct.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You may also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
And that's what happened on this day 100 years ago. Thank you, of course, to Tricia Grosser, and also the Elgin History Museum for always putting those recordings together. I always like the cute little background music that's there too. It's that kind of 1920s kind of jazz feel to it, which is pretty nice. So that really puts you into the mood for sure. But that's all posted. Of course, you can find it posted also on their website at elginhistory.org. So feel free to check it out. We still have a little bit of time left here, so we're going to go through and talk a little bit more on some local news stories. We are going to be having a segment which will be at the 3 o'clock hour, so stay tuned for that. I'll get that recorded after this, and then if you're watching on the YouTube side of things, of course, but that'll be coming up at 3 o'clock. I'll go through the National Day calendar. We'll go through a conversation story. We'll talk about what are the fun things happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. So this hour is going to be a lot of the news stories that are happening locally. Here's some new news posted by the Daily Herald by Eric Peterson. A couple days ago, Schaumburg's Encore Village expands Medicaid-funded housing while helping seniors displaced by bankruptcy fallout. The 2023 bankruptcy of Friendship Village of Schaumburg created a cascade of issues still being addressed today. Not only did the original owner of the then 46-year-old retirement community cease operations, but many residents who'd bought their units under the original ownership model found their own financial stability imperiled. However, New York-based Encore Healthcare Services' subsequent $114.8 million purchase of the 60-acre property was accompanied by a commitment of $15 million in capital improvements, $50,000 in annual charitable contributions, and $25,000 per year to its employees for educational assistance. Not only have those original commitments been exceeded, CEO and co-founder Avi Sat said, but the company is now taking another step in its efforts to prevent residents hurt most by the bankruptcy for having to leave the rebranded Encore Village of Schaumburg. The facility received a state license for Supportive Living Program, or SLP, to receive reimbursement through Medicaid for what has been an annual $1.5 million loss from not evicting residents who can't afford the now fully rental housing. But one of the requirements for the Illinois Department of Health Care and Family Services is that the program must be contained within a single building in the complex. As a result, about 40 tenants of the existing Apple building had to move to other units in Encore Village to make way for up to 150 people who qualify for the program. The company is renovating the building, including creating the dedicated dining room that must have to qualify. The goal is to become fully compliant during July. While most of the 40-acre residents being dispatched are moving to similar units at the company's expense, Sat said that he's aware at least one couple is involuntarily leaving a double unit that they customize themselves, while owners for something smaller. He added, saying, quote, "Never for 1 second did we say we didn't know or care." That couple declined a request for comment. Given the choice that had been made, Sat said that the company looked for the building that would the least amount of for the relocation officials required. Though the program provides a financial answer to the dilemma that it was faced, a company must be in a strong enough position to qualify, SAT said. This is the first SLP license issued in the state in 15 years. While the initial wave of beneficiaries are current Encore Village residents, the new capacity will allow the state to start taking people off its long waiting list. SAT is anticipating 5 to 7 new residents a month for the foreseeable future. The Office of Democratic State Representative Michelle Moosman, of Schaumburg looked into the effect of a new program, including the situation of those relocated. Christy Wessel, District Director for Moosman's office, said, quote, "It's definitely going to be advantageous for the 56 State House District. I do think Encore wasn't trying to manipulate anything. If you look at it as a whole, it's a good thing." Moosman said it's unfortunate that some people in the community have to move to different units, but it's also unfortunate that the area lacks affordable housing for many seniors. The affordable housing crisis is real and can affect us in unexpected ways. Unlike some supportive living facilities, those who end up at Encore Village will have private rooms and access to all the community amenities, SAT said. Recreational, fitness, and passive amenities have expanded under new ownership, including a coffee bar, convenience store, poker room, golf simulator, and podcast studio, as well as pickleball and shuffleboard courts. So if you want to read a little bit more on this posting, you can find it posted on thedailyherald.com. Now, of course, there is a waiting list for any such assistance for private rooms, nice amenities is a longer wait. So you can find this and more posted. That is on thedailyherald.com. That's thedailyherald.com for more information if you want to read this article yourself. And this does wrap it up here for this 2 o'clock community hour here on WRMN. We greatly appreciate everybody tuning in today. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more local programming here on WRMN AM 1410 in just a little bit.